Hello, hi, and welcome to EmpathicFire. I am your reader, Jay. These are going to be general messages for the sign of Sagittarius in mid-February 2021. What's going on, Sagittarius? How you guys doing? Hope you're doing well. All right, guys. Welcome to mid-February, wherever you are in the world, guys. Hope you're safe, happy, healthy, secure, all that good stuff. Continue to take very good care of yourselves and people that you know and love, and maybe even extend some of that goodness, some of that care, some of that love and affection to people that you don't know so well, or even a perfect stranger. World could use some good juju out there, so I'm encouraging everybody to put in their best effort and try to contribute to that endeavor, okay? No announcements, guys, so let's just go ahead and get into it. Anything you want from me, Sag, it's in the description box already. Timestamp is down there. Information on how to get a personal reading with me is down there. And if you want to follow me on Instagram, I will start using it again, I promise. There is a link to that down in the description box as well, okay? All right, let's get into it. Let's get you a little bit of a storyline here. Figure out what you need to know most, Sagittarius, in mid-February, all right? Messages for Sagittarius in mid-February, please show me. Messages for Sagittarius in mid-February, please show me. Bridge? Yeah. Last one, thank you. All right, let's see what's shaking for you guys, all right? Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. Okay. One more at least, please, for Sag. There. Yes? Okay. Interesting. All face down. First one out was the Hangman. Secondary major for Pisces. Could be dealing with the Pisces, but you don't have to be. Then the Six of Wands. And then the Ten of Wands. All right. So it's a struggle to really get a certain victory that you want. Or this is someone you're dealing with. This is a general, can go vice versa. Take it all with a grain of salt. You know, if it resonates, cool. If it doesn't, don't worry about it. But it feels like somebody's like struggling to really find a victory or finally release something or finally open up to something. Like there is a desire, Six of Wands in the center there, for some type of success, some type of win. Like put a W in the win column. You know what I mean? Like there's this I wish or I want, I need something to smile about, something to feel accomplished with, something to feel as if I've earned or I've overcome. But on either side is a hell of a blockage, or it's not easy to get to this, okay? Sagittarius, it could be you or it's someone that you're dealing with. There's like, you know, spiritual constipation going on here. I think I said that last month or in the overview or I said it for someone recently. And it was like, I don't know why I have to explain this, but this is, and maybe it was you. Maybe that's why I have to say that word again or that phrase again. But spiritual constipation, you know, and it's not like, it's, I mean, I guess another word we could use is blockage, but it really feels like if you, there's a reason why, because they want me to relay the feeling of constipation, not to get into your business, not trying to be your proctologist or your or any doctor that knows about your interns. But if you've ever been constipated and you know you have to go because you've eaten food over the past day or so, right? You know your body has something to release, but you cannot release it. There is literally a blockage. And if you've been constipated before, again, not trying to get in your business, but it's very uncomfortable. In fact, it could be incredibly painful and agonizing. And that's what this is like, but on a spiritual level for someone. This is spiritually painful. Whatever it feels like, if you can recall, if it's happened to you before, to be constipated, translate that to your spiritual body. That's what's going on here for someone. It's you or somebody that you're dealing with. And the struggle, I think, is because of situations, environments around us. Like, if you look at that 10 of Wands there, it's like not only is this person inundated with these wands, and maybe it's very hot because it's kind of giving you like this deserty or inferno feeling. There's also like decaying buildings nearby. You get what I mean? So like, it's not only a personal turmoil or personal struggle, personal strife, personal stress. It's like the situation around whoever this is contributing to that, or isn't making it any easier to get to this damn victory that we want, right? This sense of overcoming, this sense of accomplishing something, yeah? And, your physical environment, to very noticeable extents, will affect your spiritual health, will impact your spiritual wellness, right? So if you, and I mean, that makes sense. If you live in a place that's high stress, if you work in a place that's high stress, your soul, your spirit is going to feel stressed. And you're not going to have clarity, because that's what the Hangman wants, with that illumination around the head and being, hung up by the ankle, or in this case, the top of the foot, which I assume would not be very comfortable after like 30 seconds, right? To hold a whole human body. Anyway, you get what I mean? So there's like, everything is correlated here. If things are going not so great in the home life, it's probably also resonating in the work life a little bit. And those external situations, those external relationships are clogging up the internal space, clogging up the spiritual space for somebody. And also, just traditionally with the Hangman, it will indicate someone who struggles to see something differently. And the 10 of Wands, even though it's a culmination, I think that's the good part of the 10 of Wands, how it's showing up here. There is a potential to let it go. There's, excuse me, there's also potential, excuse me, there's also a potential to let this hang around. Hang around, Hangman, hang. There's a potential that someone is stressed, burdened, overworked, overwhelmed, completely disheveled or depressed and dissatisfied, whatever, and they hold on to that energy, they hold on to that state of mind, they hold on to those circumstances or those people that invite that energy in. So I'm not blaming here, because I don't think that's it. First of all, it's not my place, and second of all, it's not the point. The point is that someone here doesn't know how to alleviate themselves. Back to this idea of being constipated. They don't know how to get alleviated. They don't know how to rectify the situation. And I think it's because the external world is stressful, or there's such a focus on the physicality of what's going on. This could be about somebody who, like I said, is overworked, has put a lot of hours in at the job. And they're expecting a promotion. They're expecting to receive a bonus, but turns out, no, you don't. You're going to work more hours, and we're not going to, recognize you for what you're doing. And so there's this feeling of, well, the focus is so on the external that there's like an ignoring of this calling, that it's not your body that needs to be alleviated. So this person is like, well, maybe I'm just overworked or blah, 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 blah. It's like, the perspective has to change here, is the long and the short of it. The perspective has to be altered a little bit in order to get to the 6 of Wands. And for some people, it's been coming up thematically in many of these general reads across several signs. It could be that someone just is trying to fulfill a role, fulfill a duty with the 10 of Wands. Like, I'm going to be the dedicated worker. I'm going to be the dedicated son or daughter. I'm going to be the person who goes above and beyond, and that's how I'm going to find my purpose. That's how I'm going to find reward. That's how I'm going to feel successful. And everything that you try to do to satisfy that, to accomplish that, it doesn't actually work out. So you have to change your tactic. Wands energy, your physical action, your tactics, what you actually show up and do. But someone doesn't know that. They think, okay, it didn't work this time. Let me try again. Or let me keep investing with these people. Let me keep investing my time, my money, my energy, my effort with the same situation. And they're expecting different results. Or they're expecting, if not different results, to eventually be recognized. And there's something about recognition. There's something about reward here. So whatever the reward is, Sagittarius, if you're resonating with this side of the story, which I think some of you are, some of you aren't, you're dealing with someone who's going through this. If you're resonating with this, I think you know what your reward is, what you're seeking. I think you know what your stress is. So let's clarify the Hangman, because that's where the constipation is. And again, I ain't no doctor, but let's see if we can get a little bit of a diagnosis, shall we? All right, so why is the Hangman here for Sagittarius? Why is this here in the reading for Sagittarius? What's the significance of the Hangman? My foot is itching. Ooh, you ever get that? Like a deep itch on the bottom of your foot? Wow. Anyway, the Hangman. Why is the Hangman here for Sagittarius? Please show me. Clarify the Hangman for us. Ooh, 2 together. I like it when that happens. Or is it 3? No, it's 2. So 2 of Swords and 5 of Wands. Absolutely. So for some of you, this is definitely a work situation or a place in your life where there are other people that you're compared to, that you compete with, people that you compare yourself to, or there's like an audience, like you're being watched, you're being monitored, you're being judged. Okay. Very literally, some of you are being judged by a judge in a competition or like, you know, lawful judge. You get what I mean? But anyway, so the Hangman is here. And for some of you, the Hangman is literal, like, you know, spend a couple weeks or a couple of months in detention. You get me? And if you're watching my tarot video from jail, hi. I'm impressed. But there is like this potential for some of you to be literally judged, and the competition or the thing that you're embattled with is trying to get yourself acquitted or be released for on probation or on bail or something like that. But that's not for everybody, clearly. Or you're dealing with people who are going through this. This is like a friend, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, you know, your sister, your brother. I don't care. But the Hangman, I think, is sort of like this, like the word they're giving me is like reinterpretation of this, reinterpreting what this means to you. 5 of Wands traditionally talks of chaos, conflict, competition, challenges, you know, all those wonderful C words that I love alliteration if you didn't know. Anyway, and reevaluating what your role is in this. If you're a bystander, which is not, well, like I said, some of you are watching people go through this. But if you're a bystander, what does that mean? If you're a participant, if you're red shirt or white shirt, what does that mean? Maybe you are the person that, you know, maybe this is like a fight club, like this backyard scene or something. So maybe you are a facilitator, if not a bystander. Maybe you're a facilitator of this competition, this chaos. Maybe you spur it on. Maybe you get some benefit of seeing other people go at it like cats and dogs. Do you get what I mean? So I feel this idea of reevaluation, which is another way of saying reinterpretation or gaining a different perspective, you know, I think it's very important here. Who am I in this situation? Who am I in this scenario? Who am I in this environment? What role am I playing? And what does it bring me? There's a lot of stuff to think about here. And again, like I was saying earlier with these Wands energy, I think the focus, whoever is in the Hangman position, presumably you Sagittarius, it doesn't have to be, they have been so focused on what to do, how to behave, how to show up, how to eventually get out of this 10 of Wands energy and get a little bit of slice of the 6 of Wands pie, which is much sweeter and nicer than the 10 of Wands, you know, turd sandwich. You get what I mean? Like, I'm over here eating dirt. I don't want that anymore. I want to be rewarded. I want to be recognized. I want to be relaxed. I want to be able to be proud of myself. Whatever. There's something here that's very coveted. And between the 10 of Wands and the 5 of Wands, there's like this endless, it feels endless or repetitive. If it's not, well, same difference, endless, repetitive. Having to go back into the fray, back into some competition, back into some, you know, unfair comparisons within your family, things like this. And it isolates you, or it isolates who's ever in the Hangman energy. And this 2 of Swords, that isolation, it's like someone basically feels they don't have the power to get out of this. And maybe they don't. You know, I don't know the specifics. I don't know the circumstances. I don't know the environment that this is all taking place in. Like I said, for some of you, this is a workplace situation. Like, it's never a good idea for any responsible adult to just up and quit a job. And, you know, and most employment is at will anyway, right? So you or your employer can terminate whenever without any type of, you know, due process, so to speak, right? But somebody feels that's not possible. And again, responsible adults don't usually just quit their job on the spot, right? But here is somebody who doesn't think they can have another job. They can find another career path. They can take them or go back to school to get qualified and certified so that they can move up the socioeconomic ladder. Do you get what I mean? Like, this person doesn't feel they have choice, even though they absolutely do have choice. Or they know they have choice, but they don't know what to choose, right? So there is possibly a very smart awareness of, okay, I don't like the situation. How can I change it? I can do A, I could do B. Both A and B have pros and cons to them, and that freezes this person up. Constipation, it blocks them up because they can't change their perspective in some type of way. You know what I mean? It's very interesting. Like, what I'm sensing is like somebody who has like a really tough time making decisions, has a really tough time sticking with a decision, or has a really tough time believing they're capable of anything, practically anything. And that could be, like I said before, repetitive because of this endless strife and conflict, competition and challenges and chaos and confusion and criticism and all this shit. It never stops. And if you are in a situation like that, relationships that bring that into your life, you kind of become disempowered. And that's what I'm saying. Someone here is very disempowered. And that sucks because they definitely are not powerful. They are, everybody is powerful. Whether you realize it or not, everybody's powerful or has the capacity to be so. And here's someone who just doesn't believe in their own power, doesn't believe in their own capabilities, even though they strongly desire this. This is like a wonderful, like, it's like, I don't know, this is like an ideal, or it's like perfection to this person. Like, it would be so perfect if ... fill in the blank, right? It would be so perfect if, you know, I could move out of this house. It would be so perfect if I could have a job over here in this industry. It would be so perfect if I was dating someone or I was married to someone who was like XYZ. And you know, some of that stuff might be a little far-fetched or fantasy, but this person doesn't understand how to link what they dream of in their mind with what can happen in their reality. Wow, interesting. All right, let's get some advice for you, Sag, and then that's the end of your reading. All right, so what's the advice for Sagittarius in this situation, please? What is the advice for Sagittarius in this situation? Please show me. No. Okay. We'll take them both, I think. Right? Strength is definitely here. What's this? Well, not what is, but yep, like that. Like that? Perfect. Strength and Queen of Swords in reverse. Interesting. Strength card, major arcana for Leo. Could be dealing with a Leo. You don't have to be. Queen of Swords, air sign energy. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Don't have to be dealing with any of those signs, my friends. Take it all with a grain of salt. So the advice I feel is to... Remember I said that the Two of Swords is isolating. And Queen of Swords is known to be an ice queen. Known to be someone who's very aloof or very tough in social situations. Very standoffish. This is, to me, telling you or telling whoever's resonating with this message to kind of step away from that, you know, because again, this context is someone who doesn't believe in their own power, who feels isolated within a situation, a family situation, a friendship circle, even a work situation. Like, there could be like a lot of like jovial, strangely like playhouse, like boys, like roughhousing kind of play stuff in the workplace, and that makes someone uncomfortable. You know, like rowdiness makes someone uncomfortable. This is not to say go in there and be rowdy and match with that energy, but it is saying don't be afraid, don't shy away from speaking what you need to say, you know, telling people how you want to be treated, how you deserve to be treated. You know, there's a value here coming from the Strength card: self-value, self-appreciation, self-awareness, and to a certain extent some type of self-adoration or love, right? And then the Queen of Swords being upside down in reverse, same difference. Uh, it's like the Queen of Swords is very, her offense is also a defense. This like isolation, step back, you know, no holds barred, or take no prisoners. Like if somebody comes, you chop their head off. And it's like very, dare I say, lethal. This is vocalizing versus, you know, taking heads. This is speaking your truth versus exerting your power or exerting your, I don't know, there's something here where, you know, there might be moments where whoever's here in this story resonating, there might have been moments where there's like a lashing out. Oh, is that it? Maybe this is only for some. There could be like a misdirection. Like whatever you're feeling is being given to the wrong person or the wrong people. So if this is a work situation, you take it. I did kind of say that. You take it home and you make your family miserable because you're miserable at work. Do you get what I mean? And there's no need to do that. You have to address the people, the situations that are the primary source of your irritation or isolation or feelings of not self, it's not like this isn't like a total lack of self-confidence or self-esteem, but it's a very downgraded version. Like this is someone who who maybe doesn't recognize themselves because of a situation they're in, a relationship that they're in where they've kind of lost their identity, or they've lost their sense of self, or they lost part of their confidence, or again, they don't know how to choose the right thing for themselves. And this is kind of maybe accepting that, not accepting it and like not changing it, but like being aware of it, like being aware that I've been deflecting, I've been projecting on the wrong people, the wrong situations. I've been taking my anger out and my frustration out on the wrong people. I've done things not necessarily the right way, and maybe that's part of what the perspective. Remember I said reevaluation or whatever I said about perspective? That could be it. Is realizing, you know what? I'm, for lack of a better phrase, I'm part of the problem. Okay? Something like that is here. I hope that makes sense to you guys. We're going to leave it at that. Sagittarius, that's your reading for mid-February. If you like this reading, like, share, subscribe, comment, do all that fun stuff. Allows other people to see my videos here on YouTube. Helps your girl circulate around in the algorithm. So if you do any of that stuff, I would gladly appreciate it, please. Sag, I'll be back very soon to do your March readings. Until then, my friends, thank you so much for watching. Take care.